Hi, welcome. My name is Kylie Mikao Phoenix and welcome to your very first online yoga class for 2020 with me. Welcome to all of those who are brand new today, who've never done an online class with me before. We're going to start off with just an activation, so just very gently shaking your hands down to the floor. If you have any concerns about your mental, emotional or physical health, with respect to doing a yoga class, please do consult your health professional before doing this class. I will be giving modifications as we work our way through, and just be diligent with monitoring your own health as we go through this. So just reaching up, if you do have blood pressure, heart condition, shoulder issues, just keep the hands nice and low whenever we put our hands above our heads instead of reaching up further. So just keeping them around about the eye level. And then around to the right. So yes, it is the very first, as I said, the very first class, and I'm not actually going to focus this one on a moon in particular. Usually I would go by a new moon or a full moon, which means you're probably going to have another class coming up early next week as well. So let's bring the feet a little bit further apart and go around in circles. And just nice and gentle here, whatever is within your limits. Shaking up. Of course, if you know anybody else who would love to be doing some yoga classes right now, who maybe, well, obviously can't get to a class because of what we're dealing with right now with the virus. Yeah, if they would like to do this class, they're more than welcome to join us. And we will be setting up group watching sessions where you'll all be sort of held accountable for whether you actually do the class or not. So we'll be setting up and getting people to commit to certain times to watch the class. Let's go around the other way. Or you can just watch it whenever you want and send a comment on the class in the group. The Isolated Connection group on our Facebook page, if that's not where you're watching this from at the moment. And you can just make a comment, yes, did the class, or I enjoyed it, or some particular comment about what happened in the class. So we can keep you accountable. Keep an eye on whether you're actually doing the class or not. And I'll sort of tick you off as a sort of a roll call. So I will be paying attention to who's actually saying that they've done the class and who is not. So, and just be giving you a gentle nudge, because that's what we're here for. It is very different doing it at home and getting the motivation to do it at home by yourself in isolation. So this is a way to actually keep you accountable to a certain extent. Yeah, I could set this up as a Zoom meeting, but it's a bit tricky. I've got my son here at home in isolation as well, so it is rather tricky to set up a class and be able to actually turn up on time. So yeah, okay, so coming down a little bit lower here. I think my clock stopped. I'm looking at my clock up there and it appears to have stopped, so I may have to monitor that. Keep an eye out. That's okay. And down a little bit lower. So I hope this is finding you all sort of at least motivated to do the class. This class I actually did probably about 3 weeks ago in our face-to-face classes, and a couple of the girls actually came up to me and said that was the best class we've done so far. It was really relaxing, so I decided that I would do this one. And it is an all-over relax, de-stress, big stretch, whole body stretch. It is a really lovely combo to do. I am going to have to do something about that clock, so I will possibly be grabbing the clock and working out what's happening there. Okay, and just tapping opposite knee with opposite hand here, and you can go for your heels if you can find them back there as well. So we usually do a 10-minute warm-up. This is just what we're doing now, just getting the body ready for the yoga, activating the body. And we do it at the start of every lesson. So come back to your knees. Lovely. And just doing some hip circles, just whatever's within your limits. I'm just going to go and have a quick look at that clock while you're doing your hip circles, because that is going to be Yes, I must have. No, it is completely died on me. Not particularly handy at this moment for it to completely die on me. Just wondering if I've got a close by battery, and I don't. So I'm going to have to just guess. That's okay. And you can do some figure eights with your hip circle. Sorry about that, guys. Not a good time for my clock to suddenly decide to die, but that's okay. I will try to keep within the time here. All right, and let's go the other way. It's pretty standard. This is a pretty standard class, so I'm pretty sure I know how long this is going to take me, so not a big deal. Put your hands up into your figure eights. You can imagine a ball of light between your hands here, and that can be a quick mood booster. And be creative here. So again, keep the hands low if you need to, if you do have blood pressure, heart conditions, shoulder issues, or you can bring them up higher if you're okay with that. And same with coming down, having your head below your waist. So again, it's blood pressure, heart condition. It's also any kind of ear, eye, nose, throat type stuff going on, particularly sinuses, that sort of thing. Okay, coming back up. All right, and scooping under. Lovely. All right. And then just bringing your hands up a little bit higher. So we are going to be doing EBR1. It's the energy block release one. It is the all over de-stressor. Big body stretch, full body stretch, and extremely relaxing. By the time you get to the deep relaxation, you will be in a very, very happy place. I hope. That's definitely where the girls were last time we did this, and the boys, when we did this class face to face. It was really lovely. So hopefully this will help you in this time of challenge. Definitely time of challenge. And scooping under. Okay, and palms facing away from each other, opening up the shoulders, breathe out, lean forward, and then breathing in, reaching out. And again, just checking, making sure if you do have any hernia issues, any recent abdominal surgery, just keep that nice and gentle there. Lovely. And breathing in as you open up, breathing out as you come back down. Lovely. All right, and then put your right foot to the front, your left foot to the back, hands up, and then bring your right foot back into the middle and move the right foot to the back. So we're just moving the right foot forwards and backwards here. Just a little bit of a movement, a little bit of a squeeze in that lower back area. And let's switch to the other side. So if you are new to this might be a little bit tricky, coordinating your movements here. So just be very kind to yourself here and just do whatever you can. And then you may, if you do have osteoporosis, hip issues, knee, ankle issues, you can keep your foot on the floor here and just wriggle the foot around. Or you're quite welcome to bring the foot up, grab a chair or a wall if that's going to work better for you here in the way of balance. Okay, and then circles around in one direction and then around in the other direction. And then shaking out the side. Just going to move up a bit because we're going to run out of room here. And the back, a bit of a swing. You can put your favourite music on while we do this bit if you like, preferably sort of upbeat, positive sort of music for this little section, this 10 minutes. And then you can go for soothing, soft music for the rest of the yoga bit that comes up. So shaking out the front. I don't put any music in the videos so that we don't have any concerns about plagiarism or anything like that, so we don't get any issues there. Circles with your ankle and around the other way. You'll notice also in the isolated connection group on Facebook that I've created, you know, there's lots of other videos as well, some helpful videos to help you through this difficult time, this challenging time with self-isolation and what the coronavirus is bringing to you, what it is making you have to deal with or is making you face. Yeah, so very, very much worth the watch. They're fairly short. They're like 5 to 10 minute videos, I think. All right, grab yourself a quick little drink of water and we will get straight into our energy block release. Please let me know what you think of the studio, how it's set up, if the lighting's okay. I've got a lot of lighting going on. I'll send you guys a photo of all the lighting that we have happening here. It took me 3 hours to set it all up. It's a big deal. But now that it's set up, it's going to be a lot easier. So that's all good. All right, so we're going to get ourselves into Tadasana first. So lifting up your right heel and pivot around so that your right heel touches the big toe of your left foot. Okay, and then just lift up and pivot back. So that's just measuring hip width apart for your feet there. Breathing in, tightening up your knees. Breathing out, nice loose knees. So you want the knees nice and soft throughout the movements if you can remember to do that. Move your awareness up to your hips, up to your pelvic area. Push the pelvis forwards and back, and then come back into the middle area. Lovely. And imagine that you're holding a bowl of water in there. It's sitting nice and steady. Okay. Rolling the shoulders forwards, breathing in and breathing out, lifting them to the back. Breathe in again and out. In again and out. Lovely. And then breathing in, just squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the shoulders up, lift the chin up. Big breath in and lovely. Breathe in again and out. You'll feel that your chest is opening up here. Your shoulder blades are sitting nice together back there. And you're feeling nice and open in this area. Lifting up the toes, spread the toes out as far as you possibly can. And then gently allowing the toes to come back down to the floor. Check the knees are nice and soft. Chin parallel to the floor. Arms just relaxed by your side. Imagine there's a string attached to your sternum, lifting you up to the sky. And another string attached to your crown, lifting you up. You might feel like your spine is lengthening as you do this. Lovely. Okay. And then breathing in. When you breathe out, lift up your pelvic floor. It's a big muscle underneath here from the front to the back. And just feel like you're just squeezing it like a kaleidoscope. Just 10%, not a really big deal. Just a nice gentle lift upwards. Okay. You're now standing into, excuse me. You're now standing into Tadasana, which is a master pose. Sometimes we do a standing meditation when we're in this position. But we're going to actually go straight into our energy block release one, so that we have time to get through everything we'd like to do today. So breathing out, just move your weight to your toes. Keep your feet flat on the floor, but just move the weight to your toes. And then breathing in, move the weight to your heels. And breathe out to the toes. So you're just rocking forwards and backwards. Breathe into the heels, out to the toes. Lovely. Into the heels. Deep breaths. Breathing out to the toes. Into the heels. And one more time. Out to the toes. Into the heels. And we're going to go around in a circle. So go back. Breathe out to the toes. We're going to go around to your right. So breathing into the right side of your right foot. Around the heels. And start to breathe out as you go to the left side of your left foot. And back to your toes. In again. And out. In. And out. One more time. In. And out. Let's go around the other way. So now breathing in, let's go to the left side of your left foot. Into the heels and down to the right side of your right foot and back. So breathing in and out. And in and out. And one more time, standing nice and steady here. Big breath in and breathing out. And coming back to the middle. And then putting your right hand just underneath your navel there, your left hand up just at your forehead, breathing in, reaching up. Keep the hand low if you need to, otherwise reaching up nice and tall, stretch the spine up. Then as you breathe out, just gently lean across to your right, just as far as feels comfortable for you. This is a bit of a stretch here for me, so you may not be going quite as far as I am. And then breathing in, imagine you're holding a big beach ball. Breathe out, bend your knees. And then breathing in, let's switch the other side. Breathing out. Breathing in, we're going to do a whole body stretch. You're going to feel fantastic by the end of it. Your spine is going to love you. Stretching up and over we go. Gently coming up, breathing in, hold that big beach ball, breathing out and breathing in and out. Coming back to the center, hands coming down and then breathing in, just allow the hands to come up, palms facing each other. Again, keeping them lower if you need to. Breathing out, palms faced away. Just relaxing the body. Coming up again. If you're feeling adventurous, you can come up onto your toes here, if you're okay with that. Big stretch up and breathing out, down we come. Breathing in and out. Feel your shoulders, enjoying this movement, this stretch. And breathing out, down you come. And then a very, very soft fist, not even really fully clenching. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, breathing in and breathing out. So you keep a bend in your elbows and you breathe out as if you're pushing that energy away out to the trees outside. So breathing in, not to the poor person standing next to you, if there is anyone doing this class next to you, in your little isolation space there. Breathing in and out. Really releasing from those shoulders. Any extra responsibility you've been holding on to, any weight that's on your shoulders, just breathe it out. Big breath in and breathe it out. If you've been feeling guilty about anything, let's join our thumbs and our pointer fingers together. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Big breath in and continue to breathe out and in because we're going to hold this for a little bit. So pushing down, just squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening up the chest, and you're pushing those pointer fingers and thumbs together quite hard so you can feel quite a bit of tension between your pointer fingers and your thumbs. Any guilt, think about the guilt that you're experiencing right now. Is it around the virus? Is it around that you can't help people, or you're feeling guilty about anything else around it, like a feeling like you haven't been able to help people, or I know I just said that, I was trying to think of the other thing. You know, that if you think you've exposed people, or that you haven't done the right thing, so just or any spontaneous shopping you've been doing where you think you might have been a bit over the top, or even just if you've just been angry with people around you and you feel really guilty about that. So squeeze, breathe in, breathe out, flick it out. So let's get that out. Your fingers are probably feeling quite interesting by now. So breathing in, opening up, palms faced up, breathing out, reach down, in, and just let the hands just come a little bit higher each time as we do this. In and out. In and out. You're getting all the way up to shoulder height. And then allow your right palm to be faced up and your left palm to be face down. Looking at your right palm, breathing in. As you breathe out, bend your right wrist and your right elbow. Imagine you're passing a ball straight through your chest into your left hand. Now your left hand's palm faced up, your right hand's palm face down. Breathing in, passing it back. And out. And in. And out. And let's allow the hands to come just a little bit lower through the chest. Let's go through the stomach area, through your power center. Cleansing away any issues with your power, feeling like you're standing within your power. If you feel like you've sort of been feeling disempowered, let's just cleanse that out. Breathing out to your left hand, breathing into your right. And out. And into your tummy area, into your sacral chakra. Feeling those shoulders getting a lovely stretch here. And coming down, all the way down to your base. One more time, breathing in, breathing out, lovely. And then just placing your hands on your shoulders, breathing in, reaching up and out, and in and out. In, this is fantastic for anyone who is working at the desk a fair bit. And let's go around the other way. So breathing in to the top and out to the front. In and out. And please do share this with anybody you know that you think would really enjoy a yoga class right now. A full deep stretch, relaxation. Lovely. Breathing in. And then just turn your head across to the right, just as far as it feels comfortable. And then gently, as soon as you get to the full extension, breathing in, coming back into the middle. Breathing out across to the left, into the middle, out to the right, into the middle, out to the left, into the middle. Do that one more time. Breathe out to the right, into the middle, out to the left, into the middle. Lovely. And now move your awareness to your mastoid process. It's a hard bone. You can hear it if you tap it just behind your ear there. Imagine that's being attracted to your shoulder. So breathing in. When you breathe out, just allow that part of you just behind the ear to come down towards your shoulder. Then breathing in as soon as you get to the full extension. And out to the other side. So it's a very slight tilt. Relaxing the shoulders. Breathing out. In and out. In. In, and then last time. Actually, we will do it one more time, so we'll do an extra stretch. So as you move across to the right, let your left hand move down towards the floor. And you'll feel an extra stretch across the side of your neck there. And same thing, so letting your right hand stretch towards the floor and come back to the middle. Breathing out, just allow your chin to come down towards your chest, however far it would like to come. And then as you breathe in, just gently rolling the neck back up into a normal upright posture. Breathing out. Breathing in, curling up. Out. And in. One more time. And then back in. Lovely. Now bring the feet a little further apart, toes pointing out. So they're around about shoulder width apart, so not a huge distance there. The hands come up to the front. As you breathe in, Your you lift up your chest, your hands come up, and then as you breathe out, just turn your torso around to the right. Let your left hand touch your right shoulder and just squeezing around towards the back. So I'll show you what it looks like from behind. You're squeezing around, you're gazing over your right hand, your palms facing away. It's kind of lined up with your chest. You're not reaching out like this, your hand is just sitting in front of your gaze. And then coming back into the middle. And let's go around to the left. So touch the shoulder, gently squeezing around, gazing over your hand. Just enjoy that stretch for a moment. The key here to get that beautiful deep stretch is just to hold it for a little bit. Continue to breathe and then coming back into the middle. And let's go again. Breathing out, touch the shoulder, stretching around. Back into the middle. And then again around. And coming back, we're going to go to stage 2. So as you breathe out, the right foot goes around to the right. The left hand touches the right shoulder. Breathing in, lift up your left heel off the floor. And as you breathe out, squeeze around. You'll notice that this is a deeper squeeze. I'll show you from the front, the back, so what that looks like. So you tend to get yourself around, usually to facing the back of the room. Okay, and you're still gazing over your palm, your palms facing outwards. You're gazing over your hand, so you're not reaching out like this. Okay, then back into the middle. Breathing out. Left foot out, lift up, breathe in, and out, round you go. And back into the middle. Let's go around to the right again. So lift up the heel, lift up, stretch your spine up towards the sky, lift your sternum up to the sky before you squeeze around. And then back into the middle. And let's go around to the left. Breathing in, lift up, around we go. Back into the middle. And let's go to stage 3. So now it looks exactly the same. We touch the shoulder, we lift up the back, and the free hand, so your right hand goes all the way around and touches the middle of the small of your back, palm faced out, and then you stretch around. You'll find that you get a much deeper stretch. Breathing in back to the middle. And let's go around the other side. It is worth taking a little bit of extra time to do these particular movements and just holding the stretch for a little bit. I find that gives the class a much deeper feeling of relaxation. Coming back into the middle. Around the other side. Back into the middle. And one more time. Breathing in, lift up, and then let your hand come around. Your left hand come around. Coming back into the middle. Okay, so now we're going to be placing our hands on just on the back of our hips there. Okay. And the feet come back into approximately hip width apart. You don't need to actually measure it. And then bend the knees and then lift up. So it's a very gentle back bend, of course, keeping this nice and gentle. If you do have lower back issues, any hernia, thyroid issues, keep this nice and gentle. Otherwise, you're welcome to go back into a fairly deep back bend if you wish. So reaching back, looking straight ahead, not putting any strain on your neck here, and then breathing out, come forward to just above tabletop. You should be able to feel your hamstrings activating here. The big muscles at the top back of your legs. Then bend the knees, gently curling back up. And reaching out again. And breathing out. This time coming to the tabletop position, if that's okay for you. Now, if you do have any blood pressure, heart condition, sinus, glaucoma, detached retina, if you're pregnant, if you're in your first 3 days of your cycle, this is as far down as you'll go. Okay, bend your knees, curl back up. So we're about to go down further. So if you do have any of those concerns, just keep yourself at that other height and support yourself by putting your hands on your knees. So when we come down, just put your hands on your knees when we do this next movement. Okay, so you're down at this position. Otherwise, if you're able to come down further, you're quite welcome to come down as far down as feels comfortable for you. So you can grab your shins, your ankles. If you can get your hands in underneath your underneath your toes, that would be super fabulous. And just relaxing. Sorry if I'm talking too loud into the microphone there. It's right in front of me. Allow your head just to flop down. And breathing in, follow the breath up the back of your legs, up to the base of your spine. Finish the in-breath there. And breathing out, up your spine, down your arms, back to where you started. Breathing in again, up the back of your legs. Finish the in-breath at your base of your spine. And breathing out, up your spine, down your arms, back to where your hands are touching your legs, wherever that is. And then one more time. Breathe in up the back of the legs. Pause at the base of the spine. Breathing out up the spine, down the arms, back to where you started. And then we're just going to release the hands and just let the feet come out a little bit further away from each other. You can, if you're okay to release your grip of the floor, you can clasp your hands together and swing your hands around like an elephant's trunk. So from side to side. This is awesome for the lower back. Really good movement for the lower back. And then next time your hands get to your right foot, just turn your right foot out and your left foot at about 45 degrees. And then just leaning down until you feel that stretch in the top of the back of the front leg, of your left leg, wherever that is. You may be grabbing your leg here, you may not be. You may not have your hands on the floor. Depends on how stretchy your legs are feeling today. Just relaxing into that stretch. And then gently walk the hands around to the other side. Coming back down again to wherever that stretch works for you. Excuse me. And now we're just about to go down into a, just adjusting myself here, we've got the microphones falling around everywhere. We're about to go down into a full squat. Sorry, just getting that sorted. So the full squat looks like this. You come down into a squat position and your hands are out the front. Okay, if you know that squat's just not going to happen for you today, we'll also be coming down to the floor, pushing our bottoms up like this. If you know that's just not going to work for you, you can have your feet apart, around about shoulder width apart like this, and push your bottom out the back and then just do a standing squat, keeping the knees behind the toes. So you don't want to have your knees coming out like this. Okay, so push the bottom out the back, lift the chest up, looking forwards. And then when we come down, you just come to this position instead. instead of going upside down. All right, so choose your position, and whichever position you're in, lift the chest up, palms faced away, looking straight ahead, and squeezing that lower back. So what we've done today is we've twisted the back left and right. We've lubricated those discs. The only way you can lubricate them is by moving them. We've twisted left and right, forwards and backwards. Now we're squeezing your lower back. So hands to the floor if you can, or to your knees, and then pushing your bottom up to the sky again. And back down to the floor. And we're going to do just one more of these. So hands to the floor. And down we go. Looking straight ahead. And down we go. And then gently you can walk your hands up if you need to. Coming up into praying hands. And then allow the hands to come back down in front of your chest. Lovely. You just finished EBR1. Congratulations. I hope you're feeling nice and stretched. So grab yourself a drink of water. I'm just going to close this door because the puppy dog, you can't see him, but my little puppy dog is here. And he's not a fan of the breeze, are you? Slamming doors and things. All right. Okay, so well done. We're just going to do one little stretch. But first up, well, actually, we can do the stretch, and then I'll demo the first. We'll do the first one first. Sorry, thinking out loud here. So the full version of this this first asana that we're going to do is on the floor. If you do have issues with kneeling on the floor, you can put something underneath your shins, okay, like a pillow or something, or just a very thin blanket underneath your shins. And what that will do is it'll take the pressure off your knees, okay? So the full version is this. So you're going to have your foot out to the side, and we're going to be doing a movement that looks like this, okay? Now, if you know that's just not going to work for you, you're more than welcome to do this on a chair, which is actually quite a nice way to do it. Half of your bottom's on the chair, half of it's off, and the foot goes out the side, and it's the exact same movement. And of course, being gentle if you do have any concerns about your spine strength or your abdominal muscle strength or back muscle strength here. Just keeping an eye on that as well. Okay, so have the chair there if you do think that that's something that you might need there. Excuse me. All right, so we'll start with the right foot out to the right. So just allow your right foot to come out to the right here. Check that your left leg looks like it's perfectly vertical there. Okay, and sitting with your hips facing forwards. Okay, breathing in, opening up. As you breathe out, just lean into that right leg. Feel that beautiful stretch. Really enjoying this deep stretch. And allow your hand to lead you up, breathing in and breathing out, release. We're going to do that one again if you're okay with that. Well, of course, you can rest if you know that it's getting a bit much. Breathing in and breathing out, down we go. Just enjoying that stretch. And breathing in, opening up. And out, lovely. Let's switch to the other side. Okay, so your right leg. Sometimes my brain can't do the reversal. Your right leg, check that it looks like it's straight up and down, vertical. Okay, resting your left foot on the floor. The idea is to try to get the left foot flat and pointing towards the front. but it can be a bit tricky depending on how flexible your ankle is there. Breathing in, reaching up, breathing out, lean across to your left, leaning into this beautiful stretch. Imagine you're between two planes of glass, so you don't want to lean forward, you don't want to lean back, you want to sort of be nice and upright there. And breathing in, reaching up and out. Breathing in again, breathing out. And in and out. Lovely. Okay. Now we've just got one little stretch to do before we go into the next two movements. If you're okay to be on the floor, just leaning into basically a runner on the floor. If that doesn't work for you, get yourself up onto the chair. So either start the movement on the floor, or you can do this on the chair. Okay, so half of your bottom is on the chair, half of it's off, and then you just lean. You can even hold your hand on the back of the chair if that's useful for you, just to get that little stretch happening in here. Okay, and round to the other side. I'll keep the chair here because I'll actually demo what this looks like on the chair in a moment. So stretching out to the other side, either on the floor or up on your chair. Okay, so these movements, what they're essentially going to look like, it's the mast and the parrot. We're going to have our hands on our front knee, and we're going to, and I'll show you on the floor what it looks like as well. But if you're on the chair, your hand's going to come up, and it's going to rest on the back leg, around about, your little finger's going to be around about the back of your knee, and you're going to gaze out to the horizon, out beyond your back foot. Okay, shoulders are relaxed, and then you'll come back. And we'll switch to the other side. The parrot is very similar, but hands are going to actually be free if you're okay with that. All right, there's a few things to be looking out for here. Obviously, knee and hip issues, get up on the chair. Lower back, spine, just be very, 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 very gentle here. And maybe not twist around quite so far. Okay, if you are on the floor, what we're going to do, doesn't really matter which leg you do first, but what we'll do is we'll put our yeah, okay, sorry. I'm just making sure that we all do the same thing, so it's easier to work out what we're doing. So you're going to put your left leg out to the back if that's comfortable. Now if you know this is too much of a stretch for you, please do get onto your chair. Okay, I might have to release that recording out of my back pocket there, a bit much. Okay, so your left leg is out to the back, okay, and your right knee is on the floor, okay, now, or you can have yourself onto your chair there. Your right hand comes onto your knee close to your tummy, okay, then your left hand comes onto your knee close to your knee, okay, and then just relax the shoulders, and then breathing in, lifting the left hand up, and breathing out, let the left hand just rest on the back of the left knee behind. Gazing out, so you're looking out into the horizon, out beyond your back knee. Just relaxing there. This can relieve grief and depression and frustration. It's a really, really good one, particularly at this time. Really nice one to do. Just breathing into it. Then breathing in, reaching up and out. And we're going to go straight into the parrot as well. Now, if you do have lower back issues, if you have back spasms, if you are pregnant, of course, you're not going to be very strong in your abdominal area. Please just stick with mast in this one, the one that we just did. Okay, which was this. Okay, if you reckon you can give it a go, breathing in, breathing out, engage your core. So pull those tummy muscles in, so you've got a nice strong core. Engage your bottom muscles. And then breathing in, lift the hands up in front. Breathing out, going around to the back. Now your hands are about 45 degrees and you're gazing out past your left fingertips, out into the horizon. This one releases lethargy, depression, and it gives you dynamic energy and opens up your heart energy. So breathing in, come back. Lovely. Let's go around to the other side. So now we're going to put the right leg out to the back. And your left leg is either sitting on the chair or on the floor. So now you're going to have your left hand on your knee up against your tummy and your right hand on your knee next to your knee. Relax the shoulders. Breathing in, lifting up, and breathing out. Letting the little fingers just resting on the back of your knee. Gazing out to the horizon. Relax the shoulders and just breathing into this. Just have a few nice deep breaths. Any grief, any depression, any frustration, just let it fly out as you let it be released from your body, particularly where you're feeling the stretches at the moment. Just let it get stretched out. Let it flow. Breathing in, reaching up and back. And then breathing in. When you breathe out, engage that core. Engage your bottom muscles. Breathing in, reach the hands up. Breathing out, around we go. Your hands are at about 45 degrees. A little bend in your arms. Gazing beyond your right fingertips. And if you do start to feel any strangeness or spasms or cramping of any sort, please do obviously come out of the stretch a little bit earlier. And then breathing in, come back. Lovely. Well, let's see how many minutes I've been going for. 47, that's perfect. Doesn't get any more perfect than that. Because that's exactly how many minutes I would be saying, let's go for the deep relaxation. So let's do it. I will most likely remove the visual for the deep relaxation, just so that there's less download that you need to do and less upload I need to do. So everything happens quicker. So don't be offended if you suddenly see just a picture of something for the deep relaxation. I'm still here. I'm still with you. I'm just not... you just can't see me. So have a little drink of water. You're going to be laying on the floor for 20 minutes approximately. I might even, since I'm likely off the video now, while you're getting ready, I'll try to find myself another clock. So you're going to be laying on the floor. Depending on what the climate is where you are at the moment, you're going to be wanting either a sheet, a thin blanket or a thick blanket. Make sure that the floor is warm. You're laying on a mat or something. I found myself another clock. That's good. And if you do tend to get a sore lower back when you're laying flat on your back like that on the floor, put something underneath your knees. A rolled up blanket or something, and that can be really helpful for that. And just and preferably nothing underneath your underneath your head. But if you feel that you absolutely have to have something under your head, just something very thin, like a very thin folded up blanket or a thin pillow. And just having your arms out to the side, palms faced up, tucking your chin in just a little bit so you have a lovely long neck. Allow your spine just to have its natural curvature. And this is a deep relaxation. So obviously it will give you, and the more times you do this, the more you will feel it, the quicker you will feel it, the quicker you will go into a deep relaxation. If this is your first time, you might not go quite so deeply, but that's totally okay. But it's also an opportunity for all of this energy that we've just released to become a part of your a part of your being for the next week. So it allows that energy to settle. Okay, what we've just created with those asanas and the sequence that we did. So giving yourself permission to allow that energy to flow and to deeply relax. So moving the awareness, laying on your back, allowing your spine to have its natural curvature, tucking your chin in just a little bit to give yourself a nice long neck. Allow your arms to lay by your side, palms faced up. And just allowing your feet to flop out to the sides, however they like. And move your awareness down your torso, all the way down to your feet. Breathing in, squeezing your feet and your toes. And breathing out, release. Breathing in again, pushing your toes away from your body. Feeling that big stretch along your shins. And breathing out, release. Breathing in again, pushing the heels away from the body and the toes up towards the head. Feeling that big stretch along the calf muscles. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the legs, up to the knees. Breathing in and gently pushing the knees down in towards the floor. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the legs, up to the buttocks. Breathing in and squeezing the buttocks. Feeling as if your hips are rising just a little bit closer to the sky. And breathing out, release. Move your awareness around to the lower part of your back. Breathing in and gently pushing the lower part of your back down in towards the floor. Feeling that gentle pressure between your lower back and the floor. And then breathing out, release. Breathing in again, gently pushing that lower back down into the floor again. Feel that beautiful, gentle pressure between the lower back and the floor. And breathing out, release. Move your awareness around to the front of your torso. Breathing in and squeezing the abdominal muscles down in towards the floor. Big breath in, big squeeze. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the torso, up to the chest. Breathing in and gently pushing the chest up towards the sky, and at the same time pushing the shoulder blades in towards each other underneath the body. Nice big breath in, big stretch up to the sky. And breathing out, release. And then reversing that motion, breathing in and lifting the shoulders off the floor and pushing the chest down in towards the floor. Nice big breath in, big stretch across the shoulder blades. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness across the shoulders and down the arms, all the way down to both of your hands. Breathing in and gently curling your fingers over to make a very soft fist with both hands. And breathing out, release. Breathing in again, make a much stronger fist with both hands and lifting both arms just a few centimetres off the floor. And then opening up those fists and moving the fingers as far away from each other as possible. And then turning the palms in towards the body, and then down towards the floor, and even a little bit further around. And then back in towards the body, and turning the palms up towards the head, the sky, and even a little bit beyond. And then breathing out, releasing the arms and the hands back down to the floor, palms faced up. Move the awareness back up the arms and up to the neck. Breathing in and squeezing the neck. Nice big squeeze. And breathing out, release. Move your awareness up to your chin and your jaw, your mouth and your tongue. And without making any sounds, imagine that you're saying the letters A, E, I, O, U. And then opening the mouth really wide and doing a lovely big yawn. And then pointing the tongue up to the sky, across to the right, across to the left, around in a circle in one direction, and then around in the other direction. Then place the tongue back in the mouth and engage the jaw. Allow the jaw to go around in one direction and then around in the other direction. And then release the jaw and close the mouth. Make a frown and a smile at the same time. Push those eyebrows all the way down and lift up the corners of the mouth as high as you can. Big breath in. And breathing out, release your frowny smile. And then looking all over your face for all the muscles you can find. And then breathing in, squeezing all the facial muscles. Nice big deep breath in, holding, and then breathing out, releasing all the facial muscles, allowing them to melt into the floor. Move your awareness around to just behind your ears and all over your scalp, and imagine that you can squeeze this area. Breathing in, giving it a lovely big squeeze. And breathing out, release. And then make a request that you would like all the effects of fear to be cleansed and vacuumed from your body today. You'll move your awareness to a beautiful celestial vacuum tube at the crown of your head, and you request the speed that you would like this tube to go at today, slow, medium or fast. And then you allow that beautiful tube to work its way into the crown of your head, cleansing and vacuuming away all the effects of fear from behind your eyes, around to your right ear, the back of your head, your left ear, into your sinus area, down into your mouth, the left side of your jaw, the right side of your jaw. You can see all the darkness and blackness going up this vacuum tube and away to be recycled. Down your neck, through your throat, down into your right lung, vacuuming down your right arm, all the way down to your right hand and fingertips. Vacuuming back up your right arm into your right shoulder, across to your left shoulder, down your left arm, all the way down to your left hand and fingertips. Vacuuming back up your left arm into your left lung, and then vacuuming into your heart, then into your stomach, your pancreas, your spleen, your liver, vacuuming into your left kidney, your right kidney, vacuuming down into your bowels and your lower pelvic organs, vacuuming across to your left hip and then to your right hip, down your right leg, through your right knee, all the way down to your right foot and toes, and then vacuuming back up your right leg into your right buttocks, across to your left buttocks, and then down your left leg, through your left knee, all the way down to your left foot and toes. And then you request that all the space that's now being created by cleansing and vacuuming away all the effects of fear from your body be filled up with beautiful, bright, white, healing light. And so the switch on the vacuum tube is reversed. And as you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your left toes, your left foot and ankle, your left lower leg. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles. You breathe in again, the light enters your left knee, your left upper leg, your left buttocks. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles. The tube moves down to your right foot. You breathe in again, the light enters your right toes, your right foot and ankle, your right lower leg. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles. You breathe in again, the light enters your right knee, your right upper leg, your right buttocks. And as you breathe out, this beautiful, bright, white, healing light settles into both of your legs. You breathe in again, the light enters your pelvic area, the middle part of your torso, all of your internal organs, your upper torso, your heart, your chest and your lungs. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your torso. The tube moves to your right hand. And as you breathe in, the light enters your right fingertips, your right fingers, your right palm and wrist, forearm, elbow, your right upper arm and shoulder. And as you breathe out, the light settles. The tube moves across to your left hand. And as you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your left fingertips, your left fingers and palm, wrist, your left forearm, elbow, upper arm, and your left shoulder. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles. The tube moves down to the base of your spine. And as you breathe in, this beautiful, bright, white, healing light enters the base of your spine and works its way up through every single disc and vertebrae, through your lumbar spine, your thoracic spine, up into your cervical spine, your neck, your head, and the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, this beautiful, bright white healing light settles into your head, your neck and your spine. Your whole body is now glistening and gleaming and sparkling with this beautiful, bright white, healing light. And then affirming to yourself, I am calm, I am clear, I am confident, I am safe, all is well. I am calm, I am clear, I am confident, I am safe, all is well. I am calm, I am clear, I am confident, I am safe, all is well. And sit with that affirmation for a few moments. And then move your awareness to a space just above the crown of your head. A ball of beautiful golden light is hovering there just above the floor. You take a lovely big deep breath in, and all of this beautiful golden light comes from the ball and works its way into the crown of your head. And then as you breathe out, this beautiful golden light showers down your head, your neck, your spine, across your shoulders, down your arms into your hands and fingertips, down your torso, through your pelvis, down your legs, through your knees, all the way down to the very tips of your toes. Every single cell in your body has been re-energized, revitalized, and rejuvenated by this beautiful golden light. And you start to notice what parts of your body are touching the floor. Your heels, your calves, your buttocks, your shoulders, the backs of your arms, the backs of your hands, and the back of your head. And you start to wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes, and you very gently bring your knees up to your chest and give them a lovely hug with your arms, and gently sway your knees from side to side, giving your back a lovely massage after laying there for that period of time. And then moving your knees around in a circle in one direction and then in the other direction. Then gently rolling over to your right side, resting your head on your right arm. And taking a few moments to consolidate the deep relaxation. Then imagining yourself sitting in the upright position before you move, and then keeping the eyes closed, gently pushing yourself up into a sitting position, and gently rubbing your palms together, create a lovely warmth between your palms. And then placing those nice warm palms over your closed eyes, and allowing the eyes to open in that nice warm safe place. And then tapping the forehead, the temples, the chin and jaw, back up to the top of the head, the back of the head, the shoulders, the chest, down the side of the body, tapping your thighs, your knees, the side of your thighs, your buttocks, shaking your arms out the side, and then a big breath in, lifting your arms up above your head, and then breathing out, allowing the arms to fall back down again. And just a little bit of a shoulder roll, and then placing your hands into the praying hands position. Namaste. Okay, so you just finished your deep relaxation. We had a slight technical hiccup. I had to use a recording from an earlier class, but we should be through that little hiccup now, so we'll see how we go. We're going to do a couple of little pranayama, some breathing techniques, and then we'll do a short meditation before we finish. I hope you're feeling nice and rested. All right, so the first pranayama that we always do is the deep yogic, and it's always the really good one to fall back on if you have any concerns about the slightly more advanced breathing techniques that we do. So you'll tend to see this one every time we do any pranayama, because we always do it as the backup plan, really. Okay, so you can, if you like, you can put your hand, one hand on your abdomen area and another hand up on your chest. You don't have to. You could be just have your hands free. You could go into the mudra of wisdom if you like, which is just your pointer fingers and your thumbs touching. I often do this breathing technique if I'm filling up with petrol, or if I'm driving the car, or standing in line at the bank, that sort of thing. This is a go anywhere breathing technique that you can do without thinking too hard about it. But if it is new to you, I do stress you don't do it while you're driving a car, because it can take a little bit of concentration to learn this new technique, just like anything. So you can put your hands here just to feel the breath, and another hand up on your chest. So it's literally just breathing in. Imagine you're filling your tummy up with air. So breathing in, tummy, fill up your chest, and then your upper chest. Pause, and then breathing out, empty the tummy, chest, upper chest. Pause, breathe in, tummy, chest, upper chest. Pause, and breathing out, tummy, chest, upper chest. Pause, breathing in, tummy, chest, upper chest. Pause, and breathing out, tummy, chest, upper chest. Pause, and just one more time, breathing in, tummy, chest, upper chest. Pause, and breathing out, tummy, empty the tummy, chest, and upper chest, and release. So you can always fall back to that one if you're concerned about any of these other more advanced ones, as I said before. So we're going to do the humming bee, and this, if you do have an ear infection, or if you have epilepsy, or you're prone to it, it's best to go back to your deep yogic breath, the one that we just did. Humming bee is fantastic because it releases serotonin, your happy hormone. It activates your pituitary gland. It awakens your heart, so it really opens that heart center up, which just makes you feel joyous anyway. Relieves anxiety, depression, stress, and insomnia as well. It is a good one to do just before bed if you're not going to wake anybody up. It is humming, you are humming, so just be aware of that. So we'll start off, it is literally just humming. And again, we're going to imagine we're filling the tummy up with breath. And you're going to hum through your nose. And what you want to do is find the frequency for you that makes the loudest vibration noise inside of your skull, inside of your mouth. Makes your lips vibrate and hopefully makes the inside of your mouth vibrate. And it kind of sounds like there's a chainsaw going off inside of your mouth. You want to get that frequency that works for you. So we'll just do 3 breaths. And then we'll add the Brahmi Mudra, which is a really good one to to do with it. Yoni mudra, sorry, I had the wrong word there. The yoni mudra that goes really nicely with it. So just breathing in, filling the tummy up with air, and humming through your nose. And then just pause, have a little bit of a rest. Because even though you're just breathing, you can overdo it very, very easily. So if this is new to you, take it very, very easy. So breathing in again, fill the tummy up with air, and humming. Have a little bit of a rest. We'll do one more. Makes my ears tickle because I can feel it vibrating through my ears. Okay, one more. Breathing in. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to bring in the yoni mudra. So in a moment, you're going to have your thumbs in your ears. Okay, you're going to have your pointer fingers on your eyebrows. Your middle fingers are going to touch just the tip of your eyelashes as they close up there, just underneath your eyes there. Your ring fingers are going to touch the edge of your nose, and your little fingers just the edge of your mouth. Okay, you're going to do 3 breaths. You're going to have your ears blocked, so you won't be able to hear what I'm up to. As soon as you finish, just release your hands and get ready for the next movement. So as soon as you're ready, just blocking the ears and doing your 3 breaths. I'll just get myself into position. Okay, so breathing in. Okay, and just releasing when you're ready. You might be feeling a little bit airy at this point, quite bubbly, which is a plus. It's a positive sign. Okay, we're going to do one more little pranayama before we go into our small meditation. The whole idea of doing yoga, yoga was created so that you could get yourself into a place to meditate. So don't ever go, I haven't got time for the last 10-minute meditation. It's the most important part of the whole class. Okay, even if you can only kind of be in that meditative state for 30 seconds, it's better than not doing it at all. It's very, very, very powerful. Stuff happens when you meditate. Not when you're meditating, but if you are meditating, stuff happens, okay, in your life. Things move, things shift. What you really need or want comes at you with abundance. So definitely worth hanging around. So we're going to do one more little pranayama. We're just going to do the beginning of this because I know there will be a few people that haven't done this for a while, or maybe are brand new to this with the new online classes that we're doing. So bring your right hand up. Oh, sorry, we'll just check. So dizziness, if you are prone to dizziness or low blood pressure, maybe go back to your deep yogic breath, or you could do the humming bee breath again if that was okay for you. Your middle finger, your right hand middle finger is going to go right between your eyebrows into your third eye. Your little finger up against your left nostril, and your thumb up against your right nostril. And then just bringing your left hand in to support your right elbow. I'll just switch hands so I can do it with you. We're just going to do a few of these breaths and just check that you can breathe independently out of each nostril there. You're going to do just a very gentle wrist movement as we switch nostrils as we go through this movement. Again, you're going to breathe in. Imagine you're filling your tummy up with air. Okay, so closing off your left nostril and breathe in through the right nostril. Pause. Switch fingers out through the left nostril. Pause, in through the left. Pause. Switch fingers out through the right. Pause. In through the right. Pause. Switch fingers out to the left. Pause. Into the left. Pause. Switch fingers out to the right. We're just going to finish there, especially if this is new for you, just doing just a couple of breaths just to help you feel more balanced and ready for the small meditation we're going to do. This is just going to be a really gentle earth meditation, a really good one to start with if you haven't done this before. And don't be concerned if your mind wanders or you lose track of what I'm doing. Just bring yourself in again whenever you feel like you've been cued to come back in. So we're going to do the mudra of inner security for this one, which is just clasping your hands together. You can place them at a particular chakra if you like, or just allow them to relax into your lap there. And as I said, it's going to be around about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less than 10 minutes, maybe about 8 minutes. I'm not 100% sure on my timing here for this first one because I was clockless there for a bit. It's just a beautiful little earth meditation. So it's a good way to finish off the class. So checking that you're sitting in a nice upright position. You want to have your chakras vertical, nice and upright, and you want to feel comfortable. Okay, I'm sitting on a pillow, which is propping up my bottom, so it's easier for me to sit like this. You can definitely sit in a chair. Check that your feet are touching the floor if you're sitting in a chair. So wriggle your bottom towards the front of the chair. Make sure the feet are touching the floor, or put a pillow underneath your feet there. Okay, so closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Again, we may go into no visual, depending on how much I can edit this one today. For the duration of the meditation. So closing your eyes or gazing very softly at the floor if that works better for you. First we'll come into the body before we head into the meditation. So breathing in, move your awareness to your toes, your feet, your ankles, your lower legs, your knees, your upper legs and your buttocks. Feel the gentle pressure between your buttocks and where you're sitting. And breathing out, allow the whole lower body to rest and settle in this sitting position. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your pelvic area, your middle torso, your upper torso, your chest, heart and lungs. And as you breathe out, allow the whole torso to rest and settle in the sitting position. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your fingertips, your fingers, your palms, your wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, and your shoulders. And as you breathe out, allow your arms, shoulders and hands to rest in the mudra. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your spine, your neck, your head and the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, allow the head, neck and spine to rest and settle in the sitting position. Move your awareness down to the base of your spine. Imagine there's this big, thick taproot growing out of the base of your spine, down through your pillow or your chair, through the floor, down into the earth. 5, 10, 15 meters down into the earth, this big, thick taproot, and more roots are growing out beyond this taproot from every angle. Take your awareness back up to your buttocks. Imagine hundreds of smaller roots growing out of your buttocks, deep down into the earth, out of the back of your legs, out of your knees, out of your shins, your calves, out of your ankles, out of the fronts of your feet, the back of your feet, the soles of your feet, your toes. Thousands of little roots growing deep down into the earth. 10, 15, 20 meters into the earth. You feel this very strong connection with the earth. Groundedness. And you become aware that the earth wants to nurture you and comfort you and bring you sustenance and joy and bliss and comfort. It's also prepared to take away any negative energy that you may have hanging around in your body or in your mind. Do a quick scan of your body. Is there anywhere where you're feeling aches or pains or stresses? If there isn't, maybe go to your mind. Is there any pain or upset in your mind? Breathe into wherever that place is and transform that pain and that stress into red light. As you breathe out, send that red light down your body, down into all of these big, beautiful roots, deep down into the earth to be recycled. Watch the red light travel to the very tips of the roots into the earth. And as you breathe in, this beautiful, bright, white healing light comes up from the earth, through all of these roots, up through your legs, your buttocks, up through your torso into your heart. As you breathe out, allow the heart to rest and settle, filled with that joy and that comfort and that nurturing. And then again, we're going to go to the place in the body or the mind, breathing into that place where there may be still a little bit of pain, a little bit of stress and anxiety. Transform it into red light. As you breathe out, send that red light down through the torso, through these roots. Watch as the red light travels down through the roots, deep, deep down into the earth. And watch as the earth takes this red light to be recycled. And then breathe in the beautiful healing white light coming up through the roots from the earth, all the way up into your heart. And then breathing out, release, allow the heart to rest and settle. Allow yourself to rest in that stillness for a few moments. If your mind starts to wander, bring your awareness to the gentle pressure on your buttocks or between your fingers. Or do the breath again with the red light and the white light, just resting for a few moments. And then breathing in, move your awareness to your head, the crown of your head, your neck, shoulders, arms, hands and fingertips, your upper torso, middle torso, pelvic area. And as you breathe out, allow your whole torso and head, upper body to come back into this room, into this present state of awareness. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your buttocks, your upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet and toes. As you breathe out, allow your whole body to come back into this room, back into this present state of awareness. Have a sense of where your body is in the room. And then gently opening the eyes, releasing your mudra, having a little bit of a tap, bit of a shake, bring yourself back. Well, thank you for watching our very first online yoga class for 2020. And I hope you guys are going okay in your isolation. Please do send me some feedback, some messages. Let me know that you did the class. We will be holding people accountable in our isolated connection group. So if you're not watching this from the isolated connection on Facebook, you're very, very welcome to join us, so that we can keep track of each other and make sure that we're actually doing the classes. And of course, there's lots of other helpful tools that we're going to have coming up on that Facebook group as well. So I do hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope all of this recording comes together. I'm not 100% sure what's happened here with the voice recording in particular, but teething teething is happening here. And until next time, possibly maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll get another one out for our moon coming up, if I can manage that. Until then, namaste. Bye-bye.